Within the realm of personality types and archetypes, the alpha has historically represented boldness, dominating leadership, and self-assurance. But the idea that Sigma Empath is the real alpha is a distinct and unusual viewpoint. Here are some explanations for why a Sigma Empath is a true alpha. The Sigma Empath is a combination of introverted or Sigma personality traits with empathic or highly perceptive abilities. 8. Assistance to others. A Sigma Empath frequently places others' welfare first and approaches leadership with a kind, servant-hearted perspective. Rather than exercising control or power, they set an example for others, offering them understanding and support. Leaders such as Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. popularized the servant leadership approach, which prioritizes the needs and development of others before all else. Being an emotional connector by nature, Sigma Empaths are excellent at building the kind of trust and solid interpersonal bonds that are the cornerstones of successful leadership. They foster loyalty, cooperation, and a feeling of purpose among their team's members by showing genuine concern for the individuals under their leadership. Because it fosters an environment where everyone can thrive and the collective is empowered rather than dominated, this leadership style may be regarded as the genuine alpha. It also encourages a spirit of togetherness and collaboration. It questions conventional ideas of what it means to be an alpha by highlighting understanding, empathy, and the well-being of the group as the characteristics of successful leadership. 7. Sensitivity to minute energy fluctuations. Characterized by traits commonly associated with Sigma personalities, the Sigma Empath exhibits an independent spirit, self-reliant character, and a tendency for introspection and self-discovery. Because of their independence, they are able to choose their own route, base their decisions on their own principles, and persevere in the face of difficulty. In addition, their intuitive and empathic skills provide them the understanding and emotional intelligence required to establish genuine, profound connections with people. Rather than depending on control or declaration, they exercise leadership with genuineness, providing a secure and nurturing environment for others to express themselves. The Sigma Empath, by emphasizing emotional intelligence, self-awareness, and the welfare of people they lead, essentially adds a new layer to the alpha archetype. This synthesis disproves traditional notions of leadership by showing that an alpha leader can both be intensely independent and deeply empathic, opening the door to a more comprehensive and emotionally astute method of leading and motivating others. 6. Compassion and comprehension. Assertiveness and dominance are typical traits of traditional alpha figures. However, the Sigma Empath emphasizes the value of emotional intelligence and in-depth knowledge. Their capacity to relate to the feelings and experiences of people they are in charge of cultivates a strong sense of trust and connection. They lead by demonstrating an unrivaled awareness of the needs and problems of their team members, as opposed to dominating them. This strategy not only fosters a positive and encouraging work atmosphere, but it also gives team members the freedom to give their all. The leadership style of the Sigma Empath challenges preconceived notions about what it means to be an alpha by showing that real power comes from being able to relate to people on a deeper emotional level. This method begs the question of whether more understanding and empathic leadership could result in more cohesive, successful teams and companies. 5. Successful communication. The approach taken by Sigma Empath is very different. They place a high value on inclusive, compassionate communication that develops a strong bond and sense of trust within their team. A Sigma Empath guides others through communication that is rooted on their comprehension of their emotional terrain. They actively participate in other people's emotional experiences rather than just listening to them. Because of this, they are able to navigate complicated circumstances with a level of empathy and nuance that traditional empath leaders frequently lack. They hold frank and transparent discussions, giving others a sense of being heard and respected and, in the end, encouraging a sense of commitment and ownership within the group. Authenticity and clarity are the cornerstones of their communication style. They use their intuitive insights to guarantee that messages are not only heard but also experienced emotionally. They communicate concepts and information in a way that others can relate to. This strategy challenges the conventional idea of being an alpha, which may be defined by assertiveness and dominance, and instead promotes a sense of cooperation, collaboration, and inclusivity. 4. Flexibility and inclusiveness. While traditional alphas are frequently thought of as having firm, uncompromising leadership styles, Sigma empaths exhibit an unmatched capacity for personality and situational adaptation. They are exceptionally adept at customizing their leadership style to meet the demands of each individual because of their intuitive and empathic nature, which allows them to recognize the individual needs, emotions, and strengths of people they lead. This flexibility and inclusivity generate a collaborative and innovative atmosphere. They encourage adaptability and open-mindedness among other qualities, viewing change as a chance for development rather than a danger. Sigma empaths use a wide range of emotional tools to tailor their response to the situation at hand rather than being restricted to a single leadership style or ideology. Their capacity to adapt allows them to be more effective leaders, because they can switch between being assertive and providing nurturing support as needed. They emphasize that great leadership isn't about strict dominance, but about motivating others by adaptation, sensitivity, and inclusivity in a world that is always changing. Their leadership is a harmonious blend of strength and understanding. This strategy questions established alpha stereotypes and highlights the possibility that inclusive, flexible, and emotionally astute leadership may be essential for success in a variety of challenging and complex contexts. 3. Self-reliance. Established alphas usually have an authoritative manner and are viewed as assertive, extroverted, and dominant. The Sigma empath, on the other hand, deviates from this stereotype by valuing traits linked to self-reliance and reflection. They are naturally independent leaders who forge their own way with resiliency and confidence because they respect self-sufficiency. Despite being rooted in independence, their leadership style is marked by empathy and genuineness. They place a high value on genuine human connection, establishing a safe space where people may freely express themselves. Leading by example, Sigma empaths encourage others to follow suit. Their genuineness strikes a chord with people they guide, encouraging faith and a close bond. Being an alpha is a duty according to Sigma empaths, since they not only improve their own lives but also assist others in choosing the correct path. Have you ever considered serving to be difficult and demanding? If so, you're not an alpha like the Sigma empath who willingly gives all and works nonstop to inspire others to achieve excellence. 2. Unable to lodge a complaint. High levels of self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and introspection are frequently exhibited by Sigma empaths. When faced with difficulties or difficulty, they handle these circumstances graciously and resiliently, concentrating on comprehending and resolving the underlying problems, as opposed to turning to complaints. Complaints frequently result from helplessness or annoyance, which ruins interpersonal and professional relationships. But Sigma empaths take a different tack and decide not to voice their grievances. They exhibit an inbuilt capacity to maintain composure and focus on finding solutions, even under trying conditions. Resilience and emotional maturity are traits of a leader that inspire others around them and command respect. This strategy challenges the conventional notion of leadership by emphasizing the strength in emotional intelligence, resilience, and a dedication to constructive problem solving. Even though it may not fit the stereotypical image of an alpha, it implies that effective leadership can in fact be characterized by the capacity to lead with poise and a solution-focused mindset, akin to the traits of a Sigma empath who choose not to voice complaints. 1. Mastery of emotions. The paradigm is shifted by Sigma empath, who highlights emotional intelligence as a fundamental leadership quality. Because of their introspective disposition, they are able to explore their emotional environment in great detail, leading to an extraordinary degree of self-awareness and emotional intelligence. They are able to handle difficult emotional situations with calm and elegance because of their self-mastery. They create a culture of openness and honesty that encourages trust among team members by not only acknowledging, but also sharing their problems and vulnerabilities. The classic alpha models, where dominance is frequently the defining trait, are in contrast to the Sigma empath leadership approach. By putting a strong emphasis on emotional mastery, they promote the idea that true leadership power comes from having the maturity to manage emotions, both for oneself and when leading others. This methodology challenges the conventional interpretation of alpha leadership. It suggests that a positive and effective workplace culture can result from having emotional intelligence and the ability to lead with emotional mastery. It begs the question of whether emotionally wise leadership could serve as the cornerstone for promoting creativity, teamwork, and a compassionate workplace culture in a world that is always changing and becoming more interconnected. To sum up, Sigma empaths defy preconceived notions and provide a novel interpretation of what it means to be an alpha due to their distinctive combination of introverted traits, emotional intelligence, empathy, and sincerity. The fundamental nature of leadership is redefined by their capacity to lead by emotional mastery, genuine communication, empathy, and adaptability. They lead by encouraging a culture of understanding, open communication, and resilience rather than depending on dominance and assertiveness, which motivates their team members to succeed in a supportive and trusting environment. The Sigma Empath method begs a basic question. In a world that values authentic connections and individuality more and more, can this emerging leadership paradigm founded in emotional intelligence and empathy offer a more harmonious, creative, and effective way to lead and inspire others?